One day the North Wind decided it was time to get married. Having no experience with such matters, she thought that the West Wind would make a suitable choice. "Would you like to be my husband?" she asked, closing her eyes modestly, which goes against the first rule of courtship. Love should never be quite that blind. "No way," said the West Wind. "You're not my type. Besides, you're barren and haven't a silver coin you can call your own." "Barren, am I?" said the North Wind. "No wealth, have I?" She was nearly beside herself. "We'll see about that." She began to blow all that night and all the next day, and for 3 long days after that, until everything around her was covered with a deep layer of snow. "There," she announced proudly. "Will that do as a dowry for the likes of you?" And she pointed to the world around them, now covered in brilliant silver. "That's all mine," she said. "And as for my being barren, well, you'll just have to see about that after the wedding." "Pah," said the West Wind. "You call this a dowry?" And he in turn began to blow. Hot air, of course. In a single day all the snow had melted. There wasn't a single piece of silver to be seen. When the North Wind returned, she was shocked. "See what has become of your riches now," said the West Wind, and he started to laugh. "Do you still think I would make a suitable husband for the likes of you?" "Never! I wouldn't marry you if you were the last faint breeze on earth," said the North Wind, turning her back on him. "Not since you proved you could squander my priceless treasure in a single day." And she went off in a huff.
Once was a good man named Udo. He came from a long way away, with his bag of tools and a sled full of skills he hadn't learned in school. "This looks like a likely place," he said, and he put down his bag of tools and set to work. If someone happened to ask what he did, he said, "I'm a gardener." Udo preferred to work alone, and when no one was around to ask a lot of silly questions. Night and day he worked. First he leveled the ground, then he watered it ever so carefully. When the garden was ready, he put away his tools. Soon, said Udo, strange things will start growing here. What is that little black thing those people are chasing? The minute they touch it, it hurries away. So why do they bother? It must be possessed. What is that little black thing those people are chasing? They should know by now they'll never catch it. They must be possessed. Once upon a time, there was a land where people had 6 legs. It was easy to get around, and no one ever fell down. But shoemakers had to work very long hours to keep everyone in shoes. When winter came, people looked longingly at the ice, but skating was out of the question for all but the very rich. It cost a small fortune to buy skates. One day, a magician named Udo arrived. Any wish at all, he said. But there was a small condition. You must all agree on what that wish is to be. The townspeople could hardly make up their minds. Shorter winters and more moonlight, some said. Fewer days in the week and a bigger paycheck, said others. Then the shoemakers stepped forward. 2 legs, they said. They had already concluded by careful study of complicated geometrical principles that people were able to stand on their own 2 feet. Not only will shoes be faster to make, they explained, but everyone will be able to afford a pair of skates. With one voice the townspeople agreed. They all wished to have 2 legs. Now the magician was used to people wishing for bags of money and longer lives. But it was their wish, so he granted it. As it turned out, everyone loved having 2 legs. Not only were there enough shoes now for everyone, but there was more room for their feet under the kitchen table. Skating on 2 legs, however, was more of a trick than the shoemakers thought it would be. Lots of people lost their balance. Oh, by the way, Udo said, as he prepared to leave town, there's one more condition. If anyone ever wishes they had 6 legs again instead of 2, the entire town will go back to being as it was. Ever since then, people have had 2 legs, 2 feet, 2 shoes, and 2 skates. And whenever they see that their children are uneasy on the ice and about to wish they had 6 legs again, they quickly offer them a chair.